Miss Elizabeth, how
Yes.
did you start this program?
Well, many years ago, I got a call from a friend that they were looking for an artist to do a mural on the first building that Esperanza ever built, Via Esperanza, which is on 28th and Maple. And I sent them some slides, and I didn't get to do the outside mural, but they wanted to do a mural inside using kids and have it look really professional, but let the kids do it too. So I came up with the idea that Cutout Kids, where I paint life-size kids, and they painted their own images in.
So Miss Elizabeth,
Yes.
have you ever drew a mural? If you ever did, where was it?
Here's another dinosaur leg for you. Have I ever painted a mural?
Yes.
I have painted a few murals. I painted a mural in Spain, out in the countryside. And I painted a mural on the inside of a building at Via Esperanza. And my biggest mural is at Mercado La Paloma, 3655 South Grand.
What was the name?
The mural was called A Meeting of Minds because it's supposed to be the ideal world in a marketplace.
What do you guys do here?
Well, here, what we do in my class, we do all kinds of art. Right now we're making sculptures, piñatas, panda bears. We do painting. Ducks. Where's your duck?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Hey.
Yeah, big dinosaurs.
Look, I have a wing.
Big,
Carmen.
huge dinosaurs. And we do mosaic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And we make clay. We use the wheel to make clay pots.
Isn't that very hard? I heard it's very hard.
It is, hey, it's very hard. It's very hard to use the wheel, and it takes a lot of practice. But I must say, everybody in this class is learning it pretty fast. You're going to put another leg on, right?
Yeah.
And we also do clay molds, where you take a mold like those in there.
Yes.
And, I'll show you. This is part of a mold. You get 3 of these and put them together. You pour inside liquid clay, which is slit, and then you will get out the piece. This is it when it's glazed.
It looks nice.
Does look nice. And I will show you another one. If I can find the mold. See, this is why it's good to be set up. Otherwise you'll have to cut it. Well, here's one. You put 2 of these pieces together. You pour in the clay and let it harden about that much, and then you pour out the clay. So it's hollow inside. And you get the clay, and you let it dry, and you put it in the kiln, and then you get it out again, and then you paint it and glaze it. This is one when it's glazed.
So what if I made a teapot? What would happen so it could get hard?
Well, we pour it in the mold, and we pour it out, and then we let it dry like this. And then slowly you feel it, and when it stops being cold, it means all the liquid has evaporated and gone out. And then you wait so you're sure it's totally dry, and you put it in the kiln, which is like an oven but much hotter. And it fires, which is like cooking it. It's called firing it to cone fire 04, which is a very hot temperature, very, very hot.
So when you fire clay, would the kiln do any damage?
Well, if you don't let it dry all the way and there's any water in there, the clay will explode. If it's very thick, if this whole thing were full of clay and there were air in there that couldn't escape when it was being fired, it would explode.
What is the process of firing clay?
Well, you put the piece in here that's dry, and it cooks hot, very, very hot, and as it's cooking, as it's firing, all the air slowly gets cooked out. It has to escape through the clay, which is why you can't have it too thick, or the air won't get out. And once all the air and water is out, you take it, and it's very hard.
Okay.
And then
So back to Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth, is there a special thing for painting?
Yes, you use different paints for different things. You use one kind of paint if you want to paint your face. You use one kind of paint for little kids that'll wash out. For paintings like that on the wall, or for my mural, I use oil paint first because it never totally dries, so you can keep working it. And then and this is fabric paint, good. And that's acrylic paint, which you can use.
So I see pandas. So how do you make them?
Okay. And you use glaze for clay. That's a special kind of paint that is really like a liquid glass. And when you put it in the kiln, its whole chemical compound changes. It combines with oxygen, and so the color that it started at is totally different from the color it ends up at. How do you make a panda?
Yes.
You're welcome.
They look very nice.
They do look great, don't they? This was made by a very talented student of mine named Carmen. And that was made another very talented student named Cynthia. Very good. And this is how you start the panda. First you make a paper shape. Here's a one-legged panda. What have you been doing? All we do is, what did you do? Put the head on? Okay, now tape the other leg on too, sweetie. Right there. And then you cover, this is gauze impregnated with plaster. Thank you, Eddie.
Oh, sticky.
And yes, it's very sticky, but when it dries, it's going to be hard. That's his wing. It's getting a little hard. And Eddie's making a duck.
Oh.
A very good duck. So we're going, and Noelle is making a snowman. We'll have to make sure the head gets it. See, eventually we can attach the wings like that. That'll be a beautiful duck. So that's one way to make a panda.
Do you love art, Miss Elizabeth?
I do. I love art very much, all kinds of art. I love working with kids of all ages, little and big, preferably bigger. And because they're very honest and they're very interested in things still. Sometimes adults get a little boring. And I also like working outside in our garden.
Oh, shall we take a look?
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Guys, if you have any questions, no, we're just going to take a quick look in the garden with our escort. Whoa, it's cold.
It's cold.
And people are running with this.
Yes, people are running. They're running to keep warm because it's cold. So here's our garden. Hey, Casey.
Hey.
If I'm out, I'll get in trouble.
Why?
Because I have before, because they say, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. And
Okay, what?
Okay. Thank you, Casey. We started doing, and we have one across the street.
Oh, very nice garden, I see.
Thank you. It is, isn't it?
Very nice garden.
In the garden, we learn all about plants, how they fertilize each other, how they make seeds. We learn about insects.
Yeah, we learned.
We learn about ants and aphids, and these are milkweed,
Oh.
which is the host plant for the monarch butterfly.
Oh.
So hopefully within the next month or two, we're going to get monarch caterpillars and monarch chrysalises and monarch butterflies. And we have birdhouses too.
Oh.
Slide,
Orange
slide.
trees.
Hey, let's say this. Look, let's say this.
Mints and curry.
Slide, slide, slippery slide. If you say the number one, you will be
This is status. This is society garlic.
Oh.
It's a kind of garlic, but it's grown more for its pretty flowers. So it's called society garlic, like Pie Society.
Oh.
Our bird houses, we get house finches and sparrows and bush tits and wrens
Oh.
and sometimes parrots.
Oh.
And once a budgie that had escaped its cage.
Oh.
And that's one of my favorite flowers. Look how pretty. In a mist, isn't it, Betty?
Why do they call it that?
They call it that because this is such a beautiful little blue flower, and then it looks like it's almost in the clouds because of this around it. So they call it love in a mist, like love in the clouds. And its scientific name is Nigella. I don't remember. I never remember the second name.
Okay.
Okay. So what next? Good?
Okay. Say bye to Miss.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.